Okay, so Hersheypark is honestly one of my favorite theme parks of all time, and I think what I should do in today's video is I'm gonna be ranking all of the coasters that are featured in Hersheypark, and the coasters are one of the main things that stick out of Hersheypark's entire just experience is the coasters. They all of them are just amazing coasters, and none of them are bad. They all give off very great ride experiences. And I mean, I guess a few of them not as great as the others, but for the most part, they are all amazing. And even the ones that I do think are least, good, they still are not bad. And but real quick, what I mean by ranking them from worst to best is I mean like by the ride experience or just kind of everything round up together, like to like the theming, the layout, the elements, just basically everything, the restraints, everything like that. So I'm not like including though like favoritism. That's like basically like one thing that I'm not really including in the ranking. So yeah, favoritism is one of the things that I'm not including because I don't want to add like any like nostalgic kind of feel to it to the ranking of a coaster because that's not really fair. But yeah, anyways, besides that, let's get into it. Okay, so coming in at last place or number 14. Oh, by the way, I'm not adding Breaker's Edge in it because I don't really consider that a coaster. But anyways, yeah, coming in at last place, we have Coco Cruiser. I mean, it just has like the least amount of elements out of any of the coasters that featured in Hersheypark. I mean, it's kind of just obvious. It's more of a kiddie coaster. I'm into more intense coasters. Okay, so number 13, Wild Mouse. I mean, you can literally just find this coaster at almost any other park. It just feels like that carnival kind of type of coaster that, no one really likes. I mean, this coaster, it's okay, but I just feel like it doesn't really fit with, like, the kind of, like, coaster type that, like, Hersheypark's kind of got, I feel like it's not worthy of that ranking. And yeah, I mean, it's still not bad, obviously, but I don't know. It's just kind of eh. Also, whenever it goes around these turns that I'm showing you right now, it literally feels like the cart is about to fall off. But I mean, I know that's the point of it, but I don't know. I just don't really like Wild Mouse, so yeah. And, again, it doesn't really have any elements. It's just back and forth switchbacks and then a few more stuff, and that's kind of it. Alright, at number 12, we have Trailblazer. I actually really like this coaster because it used to be my favorite coaster when I was, smaller, and I would always go on this coaster. I'd always scream my head off. It was a fun time. And this coaster also, it's just a perfect, like, family, it's a perfect coaster for, like, family intensity, I guess, because obviously family kind of intensity is not intense, but it's really nice how it kind of, it just kind of drifts around its track, and it goes around Pioneer Frontier and stuff. It's very nice. And it has a lot of helixes in it as well, which are also very nice. A lot of banking in it, so it feels cool. And again, I love this one, but again, I'm not really adding favoritism to it. A lot of people can agree with that, so yeah. All right, so number 11, we have Super Duper Looper, and this coaster was like, it's just the thing, okay? Like, this coaster can really get you in to start and to get into loops. And really, like, the one thing that I just love about this coaster is the loop actually in it. This inversion literally is a circle. And almost all the other inversions in any other coaster now, I'm pretty sure, like, every single coaster has, like, an oval kind of shaped, or like a teardrop, I think that's what they call it. So yeah, and like it's so that makes it less forceful, but Super Duper Looper's loop is extremely forceful because it's a circle and just, oh my gosh, I just love that part of it. And you guys might be wondering then, like, oh, well then why is it like kind of low? It's just because a lot of the other coasters are also just really good. So yeah. Alright, next coming in at number 10, we got Laugh Track. So, I mean, I really like this one, and it's actually cool. Like, inside, the first drop on it, actually, it feels, like, faster, and, like, it just, I don't know, like, you get, like, that kind of rush in it. I don't know, just the inside kind of has a funky kind of feel to it. I love the theming with this. It's actually kind of surprising because this is not even themed to Hershey at all, and it still is probably like the most themed coaster out of all the other coasters in the entire park. And yeah, I mean, it's just very fun to go on. It doesn't really spin that much. I think the more, like, to spin, you need the more gravity on the seats. But, yeah, I mean, this one's actually very fun, and I would definitely recommend going on this. And, yeah, that's really all I got to say for Laugh Track. Alright, now moving out of the double digits into number 9 with Wildcat. So, I feel like a lot of people just completely trash on this. And, yes, I will admit that, yes, I do not like the ride experience as much as other coasters in Hersheypark on Wildcat, because Wildcat, yes, is obviously the roughest coaster in Hersheypark. But there have been rumors kind of going around about a hybrid kind of going for Wildcat. That'll be interesting, but that's not the point of this. So, Wildcat, though, I actually really like the elements with it. It's actually a long wooden coaster, too, actually. It's pretty big. And I love going on this one. Even though it is very rough, it still is one of my favorites, actually. Well, I mean, again, like, all the coasters in Hersheypark are also really good, so I can't really rank it that good. But, yeah, that's all I gotta say for Wildcat. It's definitely, yes, it is rough, but it is a very fun coaster. Alright, next, number 8. Now Jolly Rancher Remix. It would have been Sidewinder, but it is now Jolly Rancher Remix. Yes, they have rethemed everything for this. Hersheypark, you know. So, I mean, honestly, though, just, like, Jolly Rancher Remix just looks absolutely amazing. Just the theming just looks awesome, and just, oh my god, then you got the speakers, and you have just the tunnel with just the flavor smell and everything. Oh my god, it's just awesome. And that really adds on to the ride experience. Now, yes, it is a boomerang, so it is going to be a very shaky coaster still, too, because obviously, the ride experience, the actual ride experience itself, not including, like, you know, the only ride experience, that has not changed. But, like, obviously, just the theming just adds on to that, and it's just so good. So, yeah, I mean, Jolly Rancher Remix just looks good, and it's definitely gained probably a ton of popularity after Sidewinder, so, yeah. Alright, so next at number 7, we have Comet. This is, like, probably the coaster, just, like, if you're, like, getting into coasters, oh my god, or, like, a family coaster, this is just the best coaster ever. And it's insane to think that Comet has actually been running for how long it is. This was the first coaster that was ever built, or, no, I think it was Wildcat was the first coaster ever built, but Comet was the first coaster, like, ever, like, brought to the public, I'm pretty sure. And also the last coaster that was, you know, manufactured by, Milton Hershey. And it is just, honestly, just insane. For a wooden coaster, it's still just gliding through, just amazing. And I just love the awesome scenery that's all around Comet, too, as well. And it's just a very nice ride. Okay, number 6, we have Lightning Racer. Okay, so, I mean, honestly, Lightning Racer is it's just so good, and I feel like it's extremely underrated, because it's kind of in the back of the park, so people kind of probably don't know about it as much, but, like, Lightning Racer, I just feel like it's very underrated, and it's just, like, it's just so good. The tracks are just amazing. It's just so fun, just, like, race your friends, like, during the day and stuff. It's just awesome. You know, Lightning Racer, just, the layout and everything, and it's so cool, because this could have just been a normal coaster, then they ended up just making it into a racing coaster. It's so good. Yes, obviously it is a little rattly, it is a wooden coaster, but it's definitely not as rough as Wildcat, but it is, again, that doesn't really bother me. I still just love Lightning Racer, and for a while it was, like, one of my sister's favorite coasters, but that's until, you know, we got into more intense stuff. But again, Lightning Racer was still just, oh my god, it's so good. Ah, man, I just love it. Okay, number 5 and number 4 are just, like, very close. I love both of them, but Great Bear is probably gonna be number 5. But again, this is honestly just a beautifully smooth, inverted coaster, and oh my god, like, the way it just soars through the hollow, you get, like, it just looks so good. It is very loud, but it's just, honestly, just the ride experience, it's just so fun, just inversion, and just, oh my god, it's so good. And even when it's just kind of gliding through the track, if you're just off like, you're just not even on the ride. It just looks awesome. It glides through, you know, kind of like the creek, and also near Super Blooper. I just love this one, honestly. I couldn't have, like, wrote a better one. It's just so good. But yeah, that's it for Great Bear. Alright, next, number 4 is Fahrenheit. Man, is Fahrenheit an intense, just inversion after inversion, element after element coaster. I just love this. Also, it is the only coaster in Hersheypark that has a beyond vertical drop, and I think, honestly, the drop is one of the main reasons why Fahrenheit is this high on the list. I mean, it's just an easy choice. I mean, you literally are, like, falling out of your seat during that. It's just so fun. And just all the inversions, they're just very nice. Coda roll is a little interesting, but everything is just so, like, fun to go through, very intense, and if you haven't rode Fahrenheit, you should definitely ride it. Alright, at number 3, maybe a little controversial, but we have Candymonium. Man, this coaster, what can I say about it? It is just awesome. You know, I was originally, when I was making this list, it was getting even higher than number 3, and it felt a little wrong to have it go that high, since it is just a brand new coaster. And then I actually started to realize which 2 coasters actually were better than Candymonium. But Candymonium, again, just that aside, is just so good. I love the airtime on it. And my only problem with Candymonium, though, the trim brakes do kind of definitely shorten down the speed of Candymonium, which is definitely a downside of Candymonium. But, again, I'm saying a lot of negatives about Candymonium, but, again, Candymonium is just so good with the theming, just everything. I love the ride experience. It was honestly one of the most favorite coasters I've ever rode in Hersheypark. Alright, and at number 2, we have Storm Runner. I mean, what can I say about Storm Runner? It's honestly just the launch of just going, like, 0 to 72, I'm pretty sure. I think it's 72, in, like, 3 seconds. It's just insane. Although, like, one of the only downsides of Storm Runner, though, is that the launch announcement has kind of, it's just, you know, it's gotten delayed a little bit, basically. Like, it says, like, now get ready, here we go, and then it takes, like, 2 seconds, then it launches you. But just, oh my god, the elements of this, and you're just, like, rushing through, like, the entire, like, Pioneer Frontier, and even kind of going over towards the drop towers. It's just so fun to go through. But there was one that I do think is just slightly better, in, like, the worst to best kind of rank. And the best coaster that I think, in my opinion, is Sky Rush. I mean, just the lift feels like a launch, because it uses, like, a circuit lift, and that just hauls through the lift. And then just the drop on, like, stopping on such a, like, it's just the speed too, the airtime on this, and the banks, oh my gosh. And you're also just kind of soaring all around Spring Creek, and you got all just the nice, beautiful scenery all around you. You can even kind of watch Comet kind of go through, and you can also kind of see Great Bear kind of go through too. My god, I just love Sky Rush. Now, I think we should obviously address that a lot of people do not like Sky Rush because of the restraints, and I will admit that I've said that before too. I don't like the restraints. There is a kind of a way, I believe, that you can kind of at least restrain the restraint problems. Got ya. I'm sorry for my bad puns. It's not funny. Anyways, but, like, I believe there is a way where you can kind of at least you know, like, lower the chance of that. But yeah, but obviously those type of restraints they have to hold down on you very tight, because it is a very steep drop, obviously, which will kind of cause you to crush your thighs. I think one of the main problems is that when people kind of go on it, they try and put it on as tight as they can, because, you know, it looks pretty intimidating, especially how they actually, like, have a sign in the queue line about someone literally, like, dying or something on the coaster. I don't know. It's I don't know. That's a little creepy, but yeah. But anyways, that was my list. You know, let me know. Obviously, people will obviously have other opinions on this, and I'd love to see them in the comments, because, I mean, I'd love to see what you guys think. But anyways, that's it. Nothing else for me to say. And that's it. Have a good day.